Hey PokeFriends! New video from Pokemon was just released today. It's one of the most boring trailers of Pokemon Sword and Shield, but one with a lot of information. From new Pokemon to Gigantamaxing to version exclusives and new characters. And we're going to go through all of that today. Before we dive into the video, leave a like if you like any part of the video or information given, subscribe if you like Pokemon content, and make sure you leave any comments below of any thoughts or opinions on this new information we have of Pokemon. And with that said, let's get started. Oh my gosh, there's so many new Pokemon, and I have to say this is the region with the most liked Pokemon. There's no Pokemon here that we loathe or hate. We might not prefer them, but we adore so many more that we can't fathom any other Pokemon. It's insane, and they're doing it right. It's pretty cool. Now let's start off with our most newest released Pokemon, Alcremie. Oh my gosh, a whipped cream Pokemon. I've seen this being a big motif with Pokemon ever since fairy Pokemon were released. They're doing a lot of Pokemon food-based. We've seen our cotton candy dog, we've seen our Bonsweet berry, and now we have a whipped cream Pokemon. And the dex entry, or at least the information from the website, is desserts made using this cream are inevitably delicious. So many pastry chefs strive to have an Alcremie as their partner. Pokemon is really emphasizing food-based Pokemon, and that really opens up the gate to a lot of fan fiction of food being a Pokemon type. So this is very proving all the fan fiction correct. Let's roll on to Rolycoly. When I think of Rolycoly, I am thinking of Roly-Poly-Oly. Like, okay. But Rolycoly is relating to the mines in the game. I love in Generation 6 they released Carbink, and the fact that now they have a less diamond version of it. It's more rock, it's very mine, coal. So Rolycoly is a coal Pokemon. It is also rock type. Reading the entry that it says on the Pokemon website, it says, its red eye can illuminate dark areas, while it uses the lump of coal attached to its body like a wheel to move through coal mines and caves. It seems to be able to travel smoothly, even over rough terrain. I think Rolycoly is going to be a Pokemon ride. One, the eye is Flash HM kind of aesthetic, where it'll illuminate the dark and then you can travel through the dark caves. Two, it says that its wheel is allowed to go over rough terrain. That's definitely an aesthetic that they have introduced in Generation 6 and 7 when it came to Pokemon Ride and those aesthetics of getting through the rock terrains. So definitely look out for Rolycoly as a Poke Ride Pokemon. Now for one of the coolest dragon Pokemon we've seen throughout the whole entire game, the Steel Dragon Duraludon. I can't believe it existed. I first thought it was Ice Dragon because the coating looked more like ice than it did steel, but after looking on the website, it's a Steel Dragon. This Pokemon region is definitely elemental based. They're very, like, from our Rolycoly coal Pokemon to our alloy Pokemon, this region's going to have a lot of material, and I think it's going to definitely emphasize maybe our steel and potentially rock type EV evolutions. We'll see. Here's the entry for the Steel Dragon type. The metal composing its body is incredibly durable, but also surprisingly light. It only weighs about 88 pounds in total. Thanks to this, Duraludon can move quite quickly in spite of its appearance. Its body is weak to corrosion, however, and is known to rust easily. Pokemon has made dragon types more casual. The fact that this Steel Dragon now is emphasized to having a lot of weaknesses is really removing this exclusive version of dragon Pokemon. Now we have a lot of dragon types. Dragon types don't even need to evolve, they just are one evolution, such as Drampa and Turtonator. Pokemon is really embracing dragon types, and I'm all for it. Now, for the dog Pokemon of this English-based region, Yamper. The electric corgi is so adorable. It was released in Nintendo's E3, but we didn't get any word of information till just recently. Yamper is so adorable, and it is going to be an amazing Pokemon that we love and cherish. Reading the entry of the electric Pokemon, it's drawn to moving things. Yamper has a tendency to be drawn to things that are moving quickly. It can chase after people and Pokemon, or even go charging at you. I think Yamper is going to be the most personality Pokemon in this game, and that's going to relate to the Pokemon anime series. Very excited for this Pokemon, and I think I might have this Pokemon on my team. Comment below if you want Yamper. So the next Pokemon is not on the Pokemon website, but was released in Nintendo's E3 when you get to play Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that was Impidimp. It is the first dark fairy type, so Impidimp is the first Pokemon that doesn't feel authentic like a Pokemon. There's some kind of characteristic that doesn't really give a Pokemon feel. But I think this feeling will change once we see the Pokemon in the anime. Seeing more of its personality, maybe how it interacts with the storyline of the anime, and they will embrace it. But until then, we will have to wait to see what Impidimp has to offer. I also think Impidimp is a cousin to Sableye. I can even see Impidimp getting a Gigantamaxing form, just like how Sableye got a Mega Evolution to be Mega Sableye. So I can definitely see those two cousin Pokemon working in this region. Speaking of Gigantamaxing, let's talk about that! Gigantamaxing, I believe, is the way to change Mega Evolution. It literally is when you're in Dynamaxing, you then become even bigger and then you change physical form too. So after being super huge in Dynamaxing, you're then getting even a higher level and getting a Gigantamaxing. And that's pretty cool. I do like the fact that they're really bringing back in the Mega Evolutions, but they're tying it in with the current form of Dynamaxing, which then makes me believe Gigantamaxing will also happen to our starter Pokemon 2 in Generation 8. This is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see more of the changing forms. I'm really liking Alcremie even more, and definitely going to add Alcremie into my Pokemon mix. So far it is Sobble, Wooloo, and Alcremie. Also, Corviknight. In addition to Gigantamaxing changing your appearance, you also get to use G moves. And G moves are like Z moves. So I don't think they got rid of all that mechanics. They're still keeping the mechanics. I think they're just changing the names and the branding of it and really tying in a whole unison of Pokemon. Because definitely Gen 6 and Gen 7, they were very split. You could either do Mega Evolution or Z moves, but still in the same turn. Now they're definitely making sure one Pokemon can only use a Dynamax and a Mega Evolution and a Z move. In this case, G move. And Mega Evolution as in Gigantamaxing. But still making sure that it's only one Pokemon versus spreading it all out. And I think it's better. I think it's better for the competitive gaming versus thinking about, okay, one Pokemon has this, one Pokemon has that, I gotta watch out for these two. Now I'm really thinking about, okay, which one is going to be its super maximum ultimate power kind of Pokemon, and then the rest of them are definitely no surprises except for your typical heal moves or your special items that are being held. Going from Gigantamaxing, we have to talk about version exclusives. We've been waiting for version exclusives. We knew it was coming. Pokemon is acting very coy, like we don't know what things are. For the exclusives of Pokemon Sword and Shield, Sword will be getting Deino and Jagmano, while Pokemon Shield is getting Larvitar and Gumi. I love Larvitar and Gumi, but I do not like the Shield Legendary, so what I'll most likely do is maybe trade with you guys. If you want a Jangmo-o or a Deino, I would definitely trade with you for a Gumi or a Larvitar. But the coolest one, first time ever, Pokemon is doing exclusive gym leaders based off of version. If you have Pokemon Sword, you battle the fighting type gym leader, Bea. And if you are playing Pokemon Shield, you get to battle Allister, the ghost type gym leader. This is revolutionary. The only time Pokemon has really switched this up is when they did Pokemon Black and White, then Black and White 2. When Black and White 1 and Black and White 2 switched up their gym leaders of the same region. This time it's pure version exclusive, and that makes a real reason to play Pokemon, both versions. This is giving Pokemon a real leverage on why to buy both versions. So maybe there's a reason to shell out $120 versus $60 for just one game. Speaking of version exclusives of gym leaders, let's open this up to all the new characters that we're getting in Pokemon Sword and Shield, from our champion to chairman and so many new other characters that are going to impact the gameplay. I embrace Leon of being the champion. He's not our favorite champion of all time, but I do like the fact that we have this very athletic champion, and having Charizard as his number one standby kind of person. By having Charizard as his number one, Leon is more casual versus our other Pokemon champions having always a pseudo-legendary, such as Lance with a Dragonite, having Cynthia with a Garchomp, and then having Steven with the Metagross. Here, Charizard's a Kanto starter. Very casual for a champion. So, I embrace it. I embrace the casualness that Leon is bringing as a champion to the table. With his younger brother Hop, we'll see what Hop does. I'm going to be honest, I don't like the name. It makes me think of a bunny. Hopefully it gets Score Bunny when I pick up Sobble, but I doubt it. We'll see. As for Chairman Rose, he's the chair of Galar Pokemon League. Additionally, he also owns a large corporation. He is giving me Giovanni vibes, and I think they're definitely bringing Kanto aesthetic of Giovanni into Generation 8, which is pretty cool. It's really exciting. And with the Secretary Oleana, and with Oleana being a secretary of Chairman Rose, there's definitely going to be a duo evil team here. The Pokemon Company did this type of style back in Generation 7 with the Ether Foundation and Team Skull. We're definitely going to get this vibe in Generation 8 where both two people are helping run this evil organization. In the previous generations, we always get one evil team leader. This generation, it seems like we're getting two. And while we're here, let's talk about Professor Magnolia. Still following the trend of naming trees or flowers. She is definitely representing the queen that we wish we had as a gym leader or champion, but brought into as a professor. And that is all the new information we have of Pokemon. If you want to see my live reaction from the last trailer from Pokemon Direct, here's a thumbnail. If you like Pokemon content, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you like Pokemon fan art from multiple talented artists, follow my Instagram, PokeObsession. Till then, I will see you guys soon.